This is a quick video on how to apply your decals. If I've sent these to you in the mail, they would have come to you just like this. They've got the lined transfer paper on the outside and a white kind of background on the other side. So this is your transfer paper, and this is what your vinyl is on. So you are going to want to start by cleaning whatever surface you are going to be applying this to. Whether this is a notebook like I'm doing, a tumbler, a shaker cup, the windshield of your vehicle, no matter what you're putting this on, you need to properly clean it because you don't want any dust or anything you've got all over your stuff to adhere to the back of your vinyl. So I'm just going to clean this one really nice. Nice and clean, let it dry very well. And while that's drying, I'm going to show you, other than alcohol and a paper towel, you may need I have this little squeegee thing, but you could use a credit card, anything that's super handy. That's pretty much all you need for this. So you'll take your decal, and instead of taking the transfer paper off this way, see how the letters do not come off that way? That is because the sticky is underneath on the other side. So you're going to want to take the decal off of the backing paper this way. So if you move, see, you get underneath your decal, see how that comes off so much easier? You want to remove this piece from this piece, not the other way around. Now on this decal, I do have like an eye, a tiny little piece. I think that's the only one little dotted eye. So you want to make sure that when you're pulling this off, all of your little details, no matter what is on the decal, are coming off with it. You don't want to leave anything on this backing paper. So slowly peel it off. I've got my eye, and that all came off very nice. So the point of these lines is to make sure that it's nice and straight. So now that my notebook is nice and dry, I'm going to place my decal right where I want it. Now I'm not being very precise with this one. By all means, if you would like it to be, you're more than welcome to get your ruler out, your measuring tape, and make sure that that's perfectly centered. I'm just going to eyeball this one. Always start from the middle. You want to push it down in the middle on your way outward. So if you do have bubbles, you make bubbles go this way instead of toward the middle. So I'm going to use my little squeegee tool here. Like I said, you could use anything handy, a gift card, a credit card, anything that's nice and flat. You could use your ruler, anything that you've got that's got a nice little edge on it. Just kind of push it out. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but there will be an air bubble between your decal and your transfer tape. That's perfectly fine. That's because this transfer tape does not come with your vinyl. It's just to get it where you want it. And then exactly the same way, you're going to want to grab a corner and then slowly pull it sideways. Like that. Now this is trash, this is trash. Your decal's on nicely. You can go through and you can double check all of your vinyl, make sure it's all on there nicely, but should be good. So there's my notebook. That was pretty simple. So now I'm gonna go ahead and show you on a shaker. So it's the exact same thing. This one's gonna lay nicely on its side. You're going to want to clean whatever surface it is that you are sticking your vinyl to. This is a clean cup. It went through the dishwasher, but no matter what, you want to go ahead and wipe it down with some a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and make sure it's nice and clean. This will help your decal stay on your surface much better and much longer. So just like I said, you don't want to remove this from this. You want to flip it over and you want to remove the backing from the transfer tape. It will make it so much easier. Now this one you can see is sticking. And like I said, this does not come with the vinyl, it is just transfer paper. So sometimes you might have to put your finger in there. Let's try to go from the other side first. Put your finger in there and try to get it to go along. I'm going to try to angle it a little bit better to help it along. Now, if for some reason, let's see if I can get a whole letter to come up. Okay, so see how this letter is coming up? Go ahead and don't force it to stay down. Don't pull your vinyl. So I'm going to want to just stick my finger in there as easy as I can. This one's being a little difficult. But if you just take your time, bring it off. Seems like every single letter is not wanting to stick to this one. It's a good example. So just take your time to get it to stick. This one does have a little eye as well. You want to make sure that every piece of your vinyl comes off. Oh, okay. So see how I've missed a letter here? That is perfectly fine. So all you're going to want to do is grab your set of tweezers, whatever you have. You can either attempt to put it on this way, or you can simply just lift it off nice and slowly. Do everything you can not to puncture it or pull it. It's stuck on there good. Okay. Now I'm going to just simply stick this on my transfer sheet right where I want it. Now this transfer paper is sticky, but it's not so sticky that it's going to hold on to it that well. This is just made to get it from point A to point B with as little effort as possible. So I'm just going to, once again, I'm just going to eyeball this kind of where I want it. I'm going to start from the center, rubbing it in, move my bubbles outward. Now like I said, you're going to have bubbles underneath this transfer sheet. That's not what the bubbles that you're trying to get out. You're trying to get the bubbles out just right where your vinyl is. You want to make sure there's no air in your letters or your image or whatever it is that I've sent you. So just move it outward. I mean, you don't really need anything fancy, just your fingers. Push it in as best you can. And with that same sideways fluid motion, we're going to pull the transfer paper off. Nice and slow. These letters are a lot smaller than the one on the notebook. So if you have a very detailed image or little skinny letters that you're doing, you are going to want to go very slowly because those always tend to be a little bit more difficult. The thicker the image, the easier it is to deal with. So there it is. Once again, you just want to go over it with your finger, make sure it's nice and stuck down. There it is. So these vinyls, even though they can get wet, you can wash this cup. Do not stick it in the dishwasher. It has now become a hand wash only cup. Anything that you put a decal on, do not put it in the dishwasher or the microwave or soak it. So if this cup gets filthy, I can soak, anything inside, but this cup itself can't be submerged in water for long periods of time. You're just so that you don't get any kind of water underneath your vinyl. So there it is. If you have any questions, feel free to private message me. Let me know if this video helped. Thank you.